Welcome into Roster Rescue, the show where we take a look at people's teams and we say, hey, here's how we make this team better. Or, hey, here's how we rebuild. Or, hey, here's how to make your team a contender. We get the opportunity to break down a bunch of different teams and give advice on which direction we're going to take things. And I'm here, as always, with my good friend Rich Dotson. Rich, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, doing good today. It's Monday. I had a long weekend of debauchery. Didn't watch any NFL football this weekend. It was really odd.
Really?
Just the Browns game that I went to, and yeah, it's been a long weekend.
All right. Well, it's good to have you back. And Pete, how you doing, buddy?
Good. I was sick.
You were sick? Yeah, you said you might have had COVID?
Yeah. A very light case though, but still enough to knock me off my feet. But
it's like
I'm great now. What?
Nothing.
All right. Well, today I know we've got several rosters to get through, but the first one is going to be a little trickier. Normally we only do MFL and Sleeper. We do have an ESPN one, but Pete, we're going to have to work off screenshots, right?
Yes.
So all right. So this one might be a little bit more cumbersome than normal, but we're going to do our best to make it work. So let's start here. This is the Hebrew Hammer, currently 3-6. So here's the team: Drake May, Chase Brown, Isaiah Davis, Keon Coleman, Jalen Knoll, Hunter Henry, Tetaroa McMillan, Kayshon Boutte, and then kicker and defense, which we don't care about. And then what's the bench like, Pete?
Here, let me zoom in.
Sorry.
This is
Garrett Wilson,
Yep.
Travion Henderson, Josh Downs, Justin Fields, Dalton Kincaid, Ladd McConkey, Trey Benson, Jordan Addison, Joe Burrow, Braylon Allen. So from first glance, Rich, there's a lot of names that are interesting names on this team, but we're dealing with a lot of injuries.
Yeah, it's banged up, man. And as we inch into the year, as we get closer to the postseason, this is one of the obstacles you have to overcome. And fantasy, and even more so in dynasty, because there's no waiver wire out there for you just to go pick up players, throw people on your roster. And that's what we talk about, these championship windows. Like, it doesn't matter how good your team looks. You don't know how it's going to look come week 14, 15, 16. When we lose players every single week. We just found out today Michael Penix is out for the year. And if you're in a super flex league, he might be your QB2, and that could be very, very, very no bueno. This is a 1 QB league. So he's got Travion Henderson on his bench, which is solid. Who is his starting running backs again? Like, they starting over?
It'll be him and probably Trey Benson. Currently, he also has Chase Brown, who's playing really well out the past 4 weeks. And then Isaiah Davis is the other one.
Why do you have Isaiah Davis in the starting lineup?
He does have a extra 2027 first. So he has all of his picks plus an extra 2027 first. Just injuries, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, basically where this team will be next year is Drake May will be the starting quarterback. Running backs will be Travion Henderson, Chase Brown, and then hopefully Trey Benson. We'll see kind of how this last month or so, 2 months goes. So okay at running back. Then wide receiver is going to be Garrett Wilson, Ladd McConkey, Tetaroa McMillan, Jordan Addison. So really we're in a decent shape. We're just shallow. Is really what we are. We just don't have a lot of depth on this team overall. What's our tight end again, Pete?
Side note, breaking news. Hunter Henry. Justin Fields is officially benched for Tyrod Taylor again.
Has he?
Not a shot.
Not a huge surprise. Doesn't really matter. That whole franchise is in a very similar spot as Cleveland Browns. But yeah, Rich. So for me, I'm not making any huge moves with this team because really our picks are already going to be pretty good. We're at 3-6, so we're going to be in solid shape there. We already have a lot of good young pieces like McMillan, like Henderson, like Drake May, like guys like that. Really what we need is we need a tight end. Maybe eventually Kincaid becomes that guy, but at this point I'm not trusting that. And we need some depth, but honestly, Rich, I don't know that I'm making any huge trades. If anybody wants the steadiness of Hunter Henry, sure, you can have him. If anybody wants to try to trade for the upside of Joe Burrow in a 1 QB, sure, I'll do it. But otherwise, I don't know that there's that many moves to make.
Yeah, I mean, right now it looks like he's going to what is he in? Third worst team? Pete, do you know where he stands in
He
overall?
said he was tied for last.
Tied for
great.
last. Okay, because you're really what I'm thinking here, Garrett, is like he's so young. He's got really good depth at receiver, and he's really young at receiver. If you miss out on that 1-1 and getting Jeremiah Love, I would be interested in trying to shop that 1-2, 1-3, and I would love to like just get a long-term answer at running back that's right, that's secure. Maybe it could be a guy like James Cooks. Again, we got to see who's available in some of these leagues, but you'll never know in the offseason what, like when rookie hype comes, like how good of a player you can get for that 1-3. There'll be a receiver or 1-2 even, like somebody's gonna want the number one receiver off the board because Jeremiah Love, and maybe you'll get lucky and the 1-1 is the receiver and not Jeremiah Love. But that's where we need to pivot to is running back to go into next year with to feel really good. I mean, having Chase Brown's fine, but there's no guarantee he's the guy next year all the way. Trevian Henderson, we love him. He looks good. He should be the guy going forward, but again, there's no guarantee there. And then relying on Trey Benson. So we obviously need some help here at running back. And if there's probably not going to be a guy to draft even at 1-2 next year. So I would be looking to do that. Again, no rush. Like I'm letting that pick completely marinate all the way up into my rookie draft. And that's when I'm going to make the move, right? Like, I mean, at times, like even a guy like there on a team that's 4 and 5, like you might get Jonathan Taylor for 1-2 come rookie draft time. Like people get real excited that time. That's going to be peak value for it. So I wouldn't recommend using that pick to draft another receiver when we're already got our starting lineup filled so nicely there. You're not going to take a tight end 2 overall. Even there, maybe like at 1-2, you can get one of the maybe there's a tight end. Somebody trade you that as long as he's a top guy. Like if he's like one of those top guys. But yeah, I'm with you. Like I don't think I'm making a ton of moves here because the only thing you're going to do is like you want more draft capital. You have 227 first, so you can add a receiver then and a running back then. It doesn't make sense to subtract any of these guys. These are all like assets to your team.
Yeah. Rich, let me throw out a hypothetical because with the ESPN league, we don't have the luxury of like going team by team and seeing some of the other teams that might be good trade partners. But if there was, this team has a Rondé Gadsden or let's say Tyler Warren, somebody like that. If they're on a team where they happen to have 2 tight ends, the Gadsden team does have Laporta. Would you be willing to, and is it too expensive to give your pick to get what could be an elite tight end?
No, not if it's 1-2. Like I can't give you something for what could be, right? Like at that point, like you're better off drafting the receiver, like the first receiver, like whoever's the best receiver next year's classes.
So basically, it would go Brock Bowers, Trey McBride, the 102, and then all other tight ends.
Yeah, I mean, Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren, I would do it for in this league.
I just said him. That's why I threw him up.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I would do Tyler Warren, but not a Rondé Gadsden. Like, I'm not doing 1-2 for Rondé Gadsden. Like I like Gadsden a lot, but he needs a little bit more on his play for me to give it up because the realistic thing, Garrett, is like if you say we have 1-2 right around there, right? I'd rather at that point just trade back and then take that tight end out of Oregon if he goes to a really good team in the first round this year and just trade back and pick up a little bit more. So I'm using that pick to get a running back, or I'm using that pick to trade back and try and acquire, load up my 27 draft capital. Because then what you'll be able to do as well, if you could trade back or trade out of 1-2, say you can move to 112 and you can get 112 and it's 27 first, something along those lines. Now you have that 327 first, and now you can move one of those first for a running back in season as well, as needed.
And similarly, I would, depending on the scenario, we'll see how the running back class turns out. Right now, I'm pessimistic on the running back class, but I do like Justice Haynes as well out of Michigan. So let's say there's a scenario where you can trade 102. Let's say you don't get the 101. Let's say you're at 102. You could trade back to the 104 and also pick up 109 or something like that. Then you might be able to double dip and okay, now I got Haynes, but I can also pick up Sadiq out of Oregon or give me 104 and Colston Loveland and try to build that way.
Yeah, if that's, I mean, those are all, if you could do that, those would be all phenomenal deals on your end. But for me, yeah, I'm using that 1-2 to better my team and hopefully for a more for sure thing out there. There should be some player that should become available for you to trade for, or said trade back. Like even then, like I'm trying to trade back. If not, then yeah, best case is you take the number 1 receiver off the board. He looks pretty good early, and now you have a receiver that you could trade for, because everybody loves young receivers too. So you have the receiver you could trade for, and maybe even trade like Garrett Wilson,
Sure.
possibly. And get
How many teams was this? 10 or 12?
This is a 10-team league.
Yeah, that makes the receivers even a little bit
Including-
trickier to acquire.
That's actually, you're starting 8 because that's including defense and kicker.
Yeah. So, yeah, makes the running back even that much more important, because receivers, top end is still top end. Like you want top end guys.
Yeah.
But it's not hard to get receivers in a 10-team league.
No, they're abundant. Everybody's got depth. I mean, you can go out there and get like a Darnell Mooney, for nothing in 10-man leagues. So, but like I said, elite receivers are still the cream of the
Still
crop.
value.
So
Yep.
yeah, either take a receiver, but I mean, a 10-man league, you got to imagine for how thin your running back room is, somebody's going to have a running back and want that young receiver and a good young one. And I'm just making sure I can get a running back that I can have on my roster for about, hopefully 4 years is what I'd be shooting for.
All right. On to the next.
We're talking about wide receivers and like 2026 class type wide receivers really fast. I was looking at a mock, and Jordan Tyson was mocked at going top 10.
I've seen
in
that
the
a couple
NFL.
places. He looks good. He doesn't look quite top 10 to me, but we'll see what the rest of the class looks like.
Okay.
This class reminds me closer to, which it's growing on me at receiver. It genuinely is closer to 2023, was it? With JSN and Jordan Addison and, all those guys right in a row there, Zay Flowers. I could see a lot of guys in like the late teens, early 20s, but seeing like 4 or 5 guys go in the first round.
Okay.
But I just don't see anybody today that I would say like locked and loaded top 15 guy.
Okay. Sweet. I am adding in Eric's team. It is a 2 tight end super flex league.
Two tight end.
But no tight end premium though.
Okay, but still,
So-
that makes tight end super
I
valuable.
mean,
because it is
that's
really hard to
even
switch
more
to.
valuable than your regular tight end league, right?
Correct. You're
You
right
got
on
to
the
start
tight end.
too. Yeah.
Super flex. I mean, than your regular super tight end premium league.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, let's go through the roster here. Got to start 2 tight ends. Brutal. Super flex. And we got a 12-team league here. Quarterback, we've got Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray, Aaron Rodgers, Jacoby Brissett. Running backs, Ashton Genty, Quinshawn Judkins, Josh Jacobs, Travis Etienne. At wide receivers, we got Malik Neighbors, Drake London, Xavier Worthy, Wandale Robinson. That's really it.
Alec
Pierce, yeah. Tight ends, we got Dalton Kincaid, Oronde Gadsden, Harold Fannin, and Ben Sinnott.
And
Draft
Michael
picks
Wilson just had a
wise-
monster game, by the way.
And
What's that?
Zach Ertz.
Michael Wilson just had a monster game.
He did have a monster game, absolutely. Draft picks wise, we have all of our draft picks, except we're missing like some 3rds and 4ths. But we have all of our significant. Actually, I take that back. We're missing our 26 second. So that is a valuable piece that we're missing. But other than that, we've got everything of our own still there. Currently, we're in 3rd in dynasty mode. Pete, where are we at in contender mode?
We are.
We are in
7th.
7th, and that's kind of what I was wondering. And obviously, take a big hit because of Joe Burrow and Kyler Murray being where they're at injury
Now
wise.
Rodgers is down too.
Yeah, and now Aaron Rodgers might be in bad shape. So it doesn't surprise me that this kind of lowered this team. Okay, DK has been good for this team because you get return yards too, and he gets return yards, so that helps. But overall, is this a situation where are we actually ranked? Where are we? 4 and 6. We're in 7th place.
Oh, also, he said that he's about to lose this week, so playoffs may be out of touch this year.
Okay. I'm almost glad that the playoffs are out of touch because the problem for me with this team, and Rich, I'm curious to hear what you have to say. The problem for me with this team is if you're going into it without Joe Burrow and Kyler Murray and possibly even Aaron Rodgers, the likelihood of you being able to make just one trade to come back and like make that sixth spot or something like that is going to be really, really difficult. So for me, this is a quiet reload. This is not a heavy reload, but this is a quiet reload for me, or a soft reload or whatever you want to call it. There's going to be a team that's going into the playoffs that would love to get Joe Burrow. I'm seeing what is he willing to pay? Josh Jacobs, his value dropped because of the injury, so we kind of have to wait and see there. But he would have been another one that I would have been.
No surgery required, but his week 12 availability is in doubt. But it sounds like he'll be playing sooner rather than
shouldn't
later.
Be a huge issue.
Yeah.
So like Josh Jacobs and Joe Burrow, and maybe even ETN, although we can talk about him, but I still would have my base of like Genty, Quinshawn, Drake London. I'm not moving any of those guys because I want to be right back at it next year. But with me having my own pick, first round pick this year, I'm totally cool of just saying, hey, let me get a couple of these pieces off my roster and trying to then hit it hard again in 26. Is that the route that you would go, Rich?
Yeah, I don't like the idea of you said trading Joe Burrow with the way our quarterback room looks. Depending on who we can get back, but I doubt, him coming off injury. I know he's going to be back hopefully by Thanksgiving. In 2 weeks, Joe Burrow could be back. If not, week after that. It does suck. I would have.
For me, for what it's worth, it would be a trade with a quarterback coming back to me.
Okay, and we can look at that. I mean, it sucks we missed a boat on Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs should have been traded off this team. Once Kyler went down, that should have been significant. I want those points off my roster. I'm trying to do everything I can to increase my draft pick, like you said. And it's good because this is a receiver draft and you need receivers as well. That's our biggest weakness. So, we're in 7th place now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like the 6th pick. That's not good enough for me. I need a higher pick. And Josh Jacobs would have been real nice to get off our roster there and help. And I think Zach Ertz, being you got to start 2 tight ends. I'd be surprised you can't recoup a minimum a third. I don't know how your team in a super flex.
I bet you could get a late second. From
for somebody who needs a tight end, if you got to start 2, Zach Ertz is a great second tight end to start. So if I can get a second for Zach Ertz to recoup my 26 second, that'd be fantastic. And then I'm like you said, I'm waiting for Josh Jacobs to come back, and I would love to add another first. To my arsenal, if not a first plus, which Josh Jacobs really should go for a first plus. He's 27 years old, still in a dynamic offense, still produces every single year. He's consistently a running back 1, I think, every year of his career, except for the one last year with the Raiders. So if you want to move Joe Burrow for a quarterback, I think that's hard to do right now.
Let me ask you this, Rich, because knowing that there's a good chance he's going to be there for your playoff team. Yes, it is hard to move him. But there was a team that you clicked on, Pete. Go back to the one with Sam Darnold and McCarthy, because both of those guys after this week do have some depressed value. Can you find them?
Sam Darnold and McCarthy.
There
it is.
Okay. Both these guys are going to have a little bit of depressed value after this week. I'm still a very firm believer in Sam Darnold. And I know you're a big believer. I'm assuming that hasn't changed too much this week for McCarthy. Would either one of those guys plus like a first, I have some momentum trading with the team that's Darnold and McCarthy, perfect. First and a second maybe for Joe Burrow, and you would get a first, second, and one of those 2 quarterbacks.
Eric, did this team win this week? I'm curious because he's also 5-5 and ranked 5th.
Can we look at this team's receivers?
Yep.
Damn, dude.
Man.
He could probably use that. Yeah, because this team could use Zach Ertz. This team could use Josh Jacobs.
What's his picks? Okay, he's got all his picks and a bunch of extra 26 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Would I trade Joe Burrow plus a pick for those guys? I would probably do. I would listen for our team. What sucks is like what I don't want to do is like I don't want to grab Sam Darnold now and like I don't want to do it right before the playoffs. I don't want to win. You know what I mean? Like my whole point is like
that's true.
I'm trying to get points off my roster. So this would have to be a deal we have to make, which I'm sure this person would be pretty comfortable doing later anyways. Like he wants Joe Burrow to come back first before he even makes a move like that. Cause you know, with JJ McCarthy, I'm sure he doesn't feel great about it as well. Joe Burrow for Sam Darnold. And later in the year, maybe JJ McCarthy looks better and you feel better trading for him. I would prefer his 27 first over his 26 first. And I would definitely want the highest second back as well that I can get on top of that. Like I would need that because Joe Burrow, he's going to lose. I just don't see. It'd be hard for me to imagine this team wanting to make that move the way they're structured, but it's worth offering to them.
It's worth offering, especially if you're like, okay, you know, let's help you go all in. You know, could we add Josh Jacobs to the deal?
I'll definitely throw Zach Ertz on it and try maybe like get, you know, Joe Burrow 27 first and 2 of those seconds, or like 1 second and 27 and 1 second and 26 too. Like, and just throw Zach Ertz in because you could use Zach Ertz. So it's kind of like a nice little topper on there that you can use as a starter. I think I can live with that. Yeah, I can live. Because I like Sam Darnold a lot. It's hard to get, you know, giving up Joe Burrow is just, he's an elite quarterback. Like he's not just a good quarterback, he's elite. So I like Sam Darnold over him. And Sam Darnold on a points per game. Where's Sam Darnold right now in the year? Is he top 12?
He obviously had a terrible game this week, which is
a lot
why
of
he might be available. Yeah.
A lot of people not named Josh Allen had a terrible week.
He's over 18 points a game, though. I know that.
Okay. Yeah, I have it up here. Let me see here. So, I mean, do you feel comfortable doing that for Sam Darnold for this team? Like, do you
Sam Darnold, this team's first? Because I think the reason I would be open to it is because I think this team, if we can talk them into being a contender, I don't think they're actually have a real shot at winning it. So I think it's going to be a mid first, not a late first. So I'd be getting Sam Darnold. So I'd be getting a couple years younger. Actually, no, probably about the same age. Well, no, I don't know, about the same age, but healthier at least. And I'll get a first and a second, and maybe I can even parlay that into 2 seconds or something like that. Like I think you might have the opportunity to name your price once he's healthy and ready to go.
I don't love giving up Joe Burrow for Sam. I really don't. For just like a gamble on a 27 first on top, like
and 2 seconds.
I know, but okay, it's not. Let me see my team again.
Yeah,
because like, dude, look how thin like we are at like quarterback. Like we have Joe Burrow, and that's pretty much it. Like Kyler's future is like he's going to be a quarterback somewhere in 2026, but we don't even know if it's going to be Arizona. We don't know. You know, that doesn't always lead to a lot of success when that starts to come down. We're real young at running back. That's fantastic. Our receiving room, let me see again, is it's pretty bleak, you know, outside of Drake London. Yeah, I mean, Xavier Worthy's not startable.
Now, Malik Neighbors is going to be coming back for him, though.
Where's Malik Neighbors? Oh, there he is down there. Yeah, so he just got Malik coming back, which is fantastic. But that's why I said I feel like this team is closer to winning with Joe Burrow back. And when we take Joe Burrow out of the equation, that's where I start to get a little bit worried. Like I'm wondering if there's any way like we can flip Kyler Murray and like
it's the worst time to sell him though.
I know, but like, okay, instead of giving him Joe Burrow, this guy needs help elsewhere. Like when he comes back, could we flip Josh Jacobs and Kyler Murray for Sam Darnold? And then throw Zach Ertz on top of that too and help him make his
why would he want Kyler Murray though? Because he's trying to compete.
It'd be his third quarterback.
I don't see
or JJ McCarthy
trying to make the playoffs acquiring Kyler Murray.
No, he'd be getting Josh Jacobs though.
I get that. I just don't think the Kyler Murray part makes sense to me.
Well, okay, I don't think he's going to flip JJ McCarthy or Sam Darnold for Josh Jacobs straight up. But
I don't think so either.
yeah, so I think giving Kyler Murray back because he's hurt right now, like I think that could, he's like, oh, I'm going to quarterback back in a super flex league. Is what I'm saying. I would like rather upgrade our quarterback room without giving away Joe Burrow and get ready to compete next year.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. For me, and maybe it's just me. If I'm a playoff team or I'm trying to be a playoff team, I'm not giving up any quarterbacks that are going to help me win. So I would be much more inclined to give a pick for Josh Jacobs as opposed to giving a quarterback for Josh Jacobs and plus whatever else.
Yeah, I mean, when he comes back, that's the first move. If not, like I'm trading my first for like a receiver, if I can, if I don't have the draft or draft a guy there. There's not much to give off of that team. I said I understand why you're going Joe Burrow because that's a good asset to move, but I think that team's close enough to win in 2026 that I don't need to I don't want to move Burrow because I would need Burrow to win. Like I need that in a super flex. You need one of those really good quarterbacks, and I think losing Joe Burrow or Sam Darnold plus a pick, some random pick, which we'd want to be in 27, right? Because we know the 26 pick is going to be late anyways. We want to be in 27. That doesn't necessarily help us like anytime soon. And I'm looking to compete in 2026. And Joe Burrow is going to be the huge reason why we can do that. A healthy middle league neighbors. Our running back room is really, really sound. Our tight end room is really, really sound. So I think for that team, I'm really just trying to move Zach Ertz for a second and try and get.
What was our tight end again, Pete?
It was.
We had Fannin,
Gadsden, Kincaid, Ertz, Fannin.
Yeah, so I feel really
good.
Got
upside. I don't know that I would say it's there yet, but it's got upside.
Kincaid when he plays is solid. Fannon's in 26 should have. If Njoku's off the table, like Fannin should have a really good top 8 season going into next year. So I think our room is good enough to just get rid of Ertz. Somebody's gonna need Ertz. I think I'm with you. I think we can get a second. Besides that, like it's just one of those teams. Like anything we move is gonna hurt the team. And we're too close to worry about draft picks, in my opinion. Like I don't want draft picks. Like I don't.
Well, I'm wanting. I think the concept for me is I'm wanting things that are going to appreciate in value. And then I can move those picks come draft time for players. But I just want to make sure that I'm appreciating in value with what I have on my team where, Burrow, I don't know if he's going to appreciate or not. I think he worries me with all the injuries and all that kind of stuff. Like, how is he going to be valued and drafted this offseason? I don't know. Whereas if a team thinks they're competing, that might be where they're like, okay, I know for this year the Bengals defense is horrible and they're going to throw the ball a ton and blah, 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 blah. So I think that's why with him and Jacobs and those guys, I'm just trying to figure out ways to get my value to appreciate and not depreciate.
Yeah, I just don't think Burrow's the right. My opinion, I disagree. I don't think Burrow is the right piece to move there for Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, to me, is just a solid QB2. I mean, he's QB 16 right now. Like I said, averaging about 16 points per game. I think that's where he's going to kind of live, which, again, as your QB2 in Superflex behind like a Joe Burrow, that's fantastic. But if we're leaning on him as our quarterback 1 with no depth behind him, essentially, and almost no other quarterback, that's not a championship caliber team. And that's a huge step back. So totally open to move in Travis Etienne, totally open to move in Josh Jacobs when he comes back in a couple of weeks when he's healthy. And Zach Ertz. Besides that, I'm not making any other, like you have no receivers to trade, right? You can't trade again. Any other player outside of those 2 guys we named, like it totally goes the opposite way if you want to go. You're like trying to build this championship roster and you're close to it, right? But unfortunately, that QB2 and Kyler Murray got hurt. I mean, you got Jacoby Brissett right now who you can start, but you can package both those guys together like in a trade if you can get a different quarterback. I wouldn't mind doing that. But again, you have to give up with something on top of that. So it's going to have to be like Josh Jacobs. And I said, if you want to move Joe Burrow, I mean, for me, it'd have to be, is there any quarterback that's hurt right now that's out that's worth a Joe Burrow trade for?
The closest I could think of is like if you really loved Michael Penix, but that's not.
No, you don't want to do that. It's the same knee injury. He tore his ACL twice on. He had to sit some games out before. Now it's hurt again. He's probably gonna miss an entire year. Not putting up great stats with great weapons as it is. That's not a championship caliber quarterback.
So for Darnold, He originally asked for Gadsden, Rodgers, and a first for Darnold and his second.
Yes.
I
Yes.
think I would.
Yes.
Well, here's where I'm hesitating, Rich. It's our pick, and if we're gonna be a bottom 3 team,
But okay, we're the 6th pick right now, right? So we pick 6. We get a starter.
well,
on
he
our
lost
roster.
this week, so it's not reflected yet because Monday night
Oh.
hasn't happened. So
Okay.
he's dropped even another spot or two.
Doesn't mean he went down the ranks, so he still be the 7th
He didn't go up.
place. It definitely didn't go up. That's for sure. Yeah, that is for sure. So like say let's call it pick 1-6. You get his second, so you're moving back. Giving up Gadsden would that sucks, but I mean, dude, I would do that. I think I would do that.
He said he wants me to
Kincaid-
negotiate though, so I think if you can negotiate and sweeten that deal for you, I mean always.
Yeah. Is there any way you can get 2 seconds?
What's Rodgers' injury?
Left wrist fracture. So I don't know if he's gonna miss a lot of time at all.
He said he's trying to play this week, so we'll see.
Yeah. It's his left wrist, so he should be okay. Listen, man, our quarterback room's desperate, right? Like, I don't think we're getting a quarterback at 1-6 either. 1-7, we can get a receiver there. So, like, are you okay with giving up the 3rd best or 2nd best rookie receiver and Gadsden for Sam Darnold, and you're getting a second back, which I'd want to be in 27, by the way. I'd want to, I mean, again, if you can negotiate and get 2 seconds, that's great. I think I would do that, Garrett. Like, I would take a 28-year quarterback who we know is going to be quarterback like in that 16, 14, 16 range. Take those points week in, week out, like for the next 5 years or so. Like, I can live with that, get up my first. And then
Let me ask you just in case, because I'm with you. If the pick is 1-6, I'm with you.
Yeah.
If the pick ends up being 1-3, do you still feel the same way?
no, because then we get Fernando Mendoza and we keep Gadsden or like Ty Simpson. Well, like if it's 1-3, we're going to get one of those top quarterbacks.
And I think that's the thing that I'm worried about is he's already at worst case scenario is at 1-6. If not, he's dropped this week. So we might not be that far from being right in that range.
Well,
And
we
he said-
begin Sam Darnold. That'd be a massive like influx of points to our like it increases our odds of winning drastically. Well, we got to see how much
if
time
we add him, yes, but we don't have our pick anymore, so that doesn't matter. I'm saying if we don't do it, that pick could be 1-3. So what's more valuable, Mendoza or Simpson or somebody like that, or Darnold?
Quick question: is Tyreek Hill on the waiver wire in this league? It's saying that it is, that he is.
If so,
I'm
sure
Yeah,
I don't know if Tyreek Hill's ever going to play again.
it's worth an
But-
ad, though.
yeah.
I mean, yes, it's worth a snatch up for sure. But I mean, dude, he's gonna be 32. That injury was gruesome, like a gruesome injury. He's an explosive player. That's how he wins. So
I get it, but I guarantee there's players on our roster that are worse than.
no, I would pick him up too. I'm just saying I'm not overly optimistic about it. That's all. Like I don't buy my Tyreek shares. Yeah, so I guess he has to ask himself, like, do you think you have a path to 1-3? Because you're right. If I can get Mendoza or Ty Simpson and get younger at quarterback on my roster and go that route, I'd feel a lot better about that. And because listen, Kyler Murray's going to start somewhere next year too, so it's not like you don't have another quarterback like drastically. So, but if not, I would do that trade.
I agree with you. 1-6, I do that trade.
Yes.
If it's 1-3, I would not do that trade.
Yeah. So that's what you have to ask yourself. If you're going to be that high, then don't do it and try to like lose out. Listen, if Drake London's gonna miss a couple of weeks, you have a chance to drop down the ranks
That's
a little
gonna
bit.
help a lot.
Yeah, and then said worst case, say the quarterbacks go 1-2, which it won't. Jeremiah Love's gonna go pretty high. He's gonna get drafted in a good situation.
Yeah.
Like your top 3, you're guaranteed Jeremiah Love or one of those 2 quarterbacks, and then you could draft Jeremiah Love. Say you have 1-3 or 1-4. You can get Jeremiah Love, and now your running back room so deep, you'll be easy able to trade one of those running backs for a receiver at some point. And it might be a 27-year-old receiver, but that's fine because it fits your mold because you're going to be looking to win now. And that's what the rookie quarterback doesn't help us really win now. But I think Kyler could slide in as our quarterback too.
Mhm.
And that's why I don't want to get rid of Joe Burrow, Garrett, because like it doesn't like our quarterback 2 is way less noteworthy if we have Joe Burrow, right? Like it's okay.
Right.
Like I can live with Kyler Murray. I can live with Ty Simpson or Fernando Mendoza in the right situation on my roster. I love having Gadsden as my tight end. But again, even though we have him ranked as our 5th dynasty rookie tight end, like he's still not for sure, right? Like he's still not guaranteed to come out here and be an elite tight end. We love him. We love his athleticism. We love his system. Really encouraged when Keenan Allen gets off the team, even more in the middle of the field as well. But like for us, like having Fannin and Kincaid on there does open out opportunity to get a quarterback. So like, and it's super flex. So that, again, that's value there. Like you could always flip. Then say you draft Mendoza and he hits, or Ty Simpson he hits. Well, if you had that, oh no, because then we wouldn't have Darnold. So you can flip Darnold, but you can't. You would need Darnold. But I think you could at least. I think Darnold anytime you'd be able to flip for a player of need if need be. Like if Murray comes back, but like it never hurts to have 3 quarterbacks in Superflex.
I just want to throw this out there, John. Appreciate you watching, buddy. It depends on the leagues that you're in. Superflex is a very different league by league, but I'll say this: I don't know. I can't remember the last time in a Superflex league outside of the 2022 class, the Kenny Pickett year, whatever year that was. I don't remember a time where I haven't had one or typically multiple quarterbacks going in the top 5. Like last year, Caleb Williams went 101 in most of my leagues. Jaden Daniels went 102 in most of my leagues. Then we had like Marvin Harris, some of those guys, but usually in the top 5, I still even had some people considering McCarthy and Drake May in the top 5 at times. So usually I'm seeing in almost every Superflex league I play in at least one, if not multiple quarterbacks going in the top 5.
Yeah, when Fernando Mendoza and Ty Simpson both go in top 5 in the NFL draft, like there's absolutely no reason they should fall that low to 107, 108. It's such I've been preaching about this forever because there's leagues like that where they just take these skill position players. Like it's such a bad move in Superflex leagues. And listen, if you're arguing, I understand the argument. Well, these quarterbacks are 50% bust rates. Yeah, I get it, but you need them. Like we say all the time on the show, like a quarterback 18 is a top 40 overall score, right? Top 50 overall score. Sam Darnold, quarterback 16 right now. Let me just bring this up overall. Hold on. I apologize. Overall PPR, like these top quarterbacks are always going to be the elite assets in he's a 33rd overall score all overall in PPR leagues. He's ahead of Javonte Williams, Emeka Buka, Ted McMillan, Saquon, Jalen Waddle, and that's quarterback 16, right? So like these players are like they're the highest scoring players week in, week out. So anytime I'm in a league like that where people want to bypass quarterbacks because of their bust rate, I'm drafting all of them. Every single time I am drafting quarterbacks. I don't get it. I made it, Daniel Jones was a good year, right? Where everybody's passing on Daniel Jones that year. I was like, I just don't get it. Like he's got good draft capital. He's a QB1 and he's going to get an opportunity here. So even if he's quarterback 18 a year, he's still a championship caliber piece. Like you're not putting any skill position player in there. That's why like you always start the quarterback in your league, unless you have like a guy like Bryce Young on there. But even like look at Justin Fields, who's a dud, right? Like he's a league winner when he plays. He's going to give you like 30 points with his rushing ability. So you have like it makes no sense to gamble on these receivers, which again, they have bust rates. Everybody has bust rates, right? Like everybody can be a bust. And even some of them, just because they're starters or you can play them in the league, like doesn't mean they're good, right? If they're not giving me 16, 17 points per game, what are we doing? You always have to gamble on the quarterback because it's the most prized possession. And then if you do hit, right? Like you said, guys that got weight on, a guy like Drake May who falls in the draft and say goes a little bit later in your league, it goes like 1-8, 1-9, 110 to a championship caliber team. Now you could trade Drake May for anybody. You could trade Drake May for Jamar Chase in a Superflex league. You know what I mean? Like there's such elite assets. And the best part is those first top 5, top 10 overall picks, they're insulated, right? They're going to get such a long leash to try and produce in the NFL, and they're going to hold value in your league a lot longer. Where the roller coaster of some of these guys are just like this, right? So easy to lose value because like what running backs right away, they're not producing right away. Value plummets, right? High injury risk. Receivers. Not every receiver comes out and hits the ground running and it's like Emeka Buka, right? Like even like Ted McMillan's starting to really ramp up here too. But like the quarterback is
how much value Golden's lost. He's lost a ton of value.
Yeah. Like, and the same thing, like Matthew Golden. Would you trade Matthew Golden for Sam Darnold? in a heartbeat in Superflex. In a heartbeat. And honestly, you'd be considering somebody even like you'd be interested in like a guy who's a wide receiver, like a Jalen Waddle is potentially on the market for a quarterback like that. So it's just too valuable of a need. There's not enough great ones out there in NFL, and where they're always searching. So like anytime you have an opportunity to grab one of those guys, you're grabbing one. In any league that lets them go like 1.7, 1.8 range or not before that, then I'm heavy. Like same thing. If I'm a contender or I'm in the playoffs, like I'm moving up, and I don't even care if I have 2 or 3 starting quarterbacks. So it's too much value to pass up on. And I can know if I hit, I can get anything I want, right? And definitely when like these lower teams, right, that don't have quarterbacks, they have high draft picks. Like, and you have a quarterback to hit. You take Ty Simpson. He's quarterback 14, his rookie year. Who you can get any running back you want plus. You can get any receiver on these bottom teams plus. Like it's like say a team's bottom of the barrel, you can get Garrett Wilson for that player, straight up. So like it's just too valuable an asset for me not to take.
All right, let's move on to our next roster.
Cool. One last question with Eric.
Oh,
I was wondering if he should be trading Neighbors or not.
Only if you get a king's ransom. You're not far away from competing next year. Somebody wants to give you a king's ransom for him, sure, but otherwise, I'm not giving him up for market value.
The people who are trying to trade for him want him cheap.
Yeah, no.
So
absolutely not. Yeah, he again. Your team is close because you're getting Joe Burrow back and Malik Neighbors back. So that's where you're.
And he's giving you no points right now, which is great for you.
Exactly. You want that pick to be out. That's what we're saying. Like it's okay to do that Darnold trade, but you might be better off just holding the high draft pick and holding off then, because then maybe even then you can get a quarterback back. But like your team's in good shape. It's not. You don't have to do anything. You're going to compete next year.
Yep.
Okay. The next team is Anthony's team. It is 1 quarterback, 12 team, start 10, 1 quarterback PPR, not tight end premium league.
Okay. Wait. This team has 12.
Did I say 10? 10 start 10, 12.
Oh, start 10.
League.
Okay.
12 in the league. Yes.
Perfect. Okay. 1 quarterback PPR. Let's go ahead and get into it. Quarterback. We've got Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Brock Purdy, Dylan Gabriel. At running back, Cam Scatterbu, RJ Harvey, Jalen Warren, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, Tyrone Tracy, Tyjae Spears, Isaiah Pacheco, Dylan Sampson. Wide receivers, JSN, CeeDee Lamb, Romo Dunze, Marvin Harrison, Darnell Mooney, Marvin Mims, Pat Bryant. And then tight end wise, we've got Trey McBride. Keep scrolling for me, Pete. Tyler Warren, Oronde Gadsden, Isaiah Likely, Ben Sinnott. Wow. Lots of tight ends. Draft pick wise, we have our own firsts every single year, and we've picked up an extra third along the way, but otherwise we have not given up any of our own picks. We are first in dynasty mode right now, but Pete, where are we at in contender mode?
We are first. We're 9-1, by the way. So
we are first in real life. We're in first in our rankings. So Rich, for me, this is pretty cut and dry. He has done everything right, but he is playing like fantasy whack-a-mole with running back. Mm-hmm. Time to pony up and get yourself a legit back.
Yeah, and we're such a good spot because we have Tyler Warren as an asset here to move, and it's great. I mean, we can move Jaden Daniels as well. I know it's one QB, but he's still a high-end asset. And we have our first. So, yeah, let's start at the bottom. Let's look at some of these bottom teams that could be interested in.
Yeah, that was one of his questions, was about trading Jaden Daniels, so that's perfect.
Yep, Daniels. Any tight end right now, if somebody loves one of them, have at it. All right, Aaron Jones. I mean, if you can get Aaron Jones for a third, sure, but otherwise, I'm not interested. You're not gonna likely get Genty. Yeah, probably next. Normally, I would say Jacobs is super interesting, but coming off that injury, I don't know that I want to mess with it right now.
No, but that might be the discount that we were looking for. I would offer this guy my first. I
think I'd be willing to give my first.
Yeah, I'd offer this guy my first and second for Jacobs.
What's his quarterback and tight end situation?
Love,
He's fine because he's got
Kincaid,
Burrow.
Henry, Fant.
He's probably wanting a tight end. So that could be another situation where maybe you just give a tight end and Jaden Daniels and get Josh Jacobs and keep your first as well if he doesn't want picks.
And Tyler Warren and Jaden Daniels for Josh Jacobs. I ain't doing it.
I don't think I'd give Tyler Warren. I said a tight end.
Oh, yeah. He's got Love and Burrow. I doubt he's that interested.
Yeah, probably not. That's the tough part about trading QB.
Would you do Tyler Warren straight up for Josh Jacobs? Actually, I would try and do. I would offer. Hold on, I don't know if you do that too.
Who's our tight ends again? I know we have a billion of them, but
we have Trey McBride and Tyler Warren.
Warren,
Gadsden.
Gadsden.
Tyler Warren ever. Like that's why he's my number one person I want to move on this team. Like it's and we have Gadsden and likely behind him. Like
dude, you might be able to give like Gadsden in a second and get Josh Jacobs.
That's not a bad. Like maybe Gadsden second, if not 2 seconds for.
If I'm that rebuilding team, I would want that.
Yeah,
Really?
I mean, a great young tight end, and just in case that bubble pops, and he's not the guy that we thought he could end up being, like,
Yeah,
I feel very confident in Warren. I feel pretty confident in Gadsden, but not nearly as confident as I do in Warren.
I would offer him Gadsden in my second. He said no. I would offer him my 26 first and Gadsden for Josh Jacobs as well.
I think you wouldn't have to give that because I think you could just give your first and then just hold on to Gadsden.
I wouldn't trade Jacobs for late first. I wouldn't.
On a rebuild.
Yeah, I guess on a rebuild, I'd be pretty close. Yeah, you're right. So Gadsden in second. If not, offer your 26 first. And if you had to, give your 26 second as well. Or Jacobs, let's see the next team. I would offer Tyler Warren for Quinshon if he was interested. Yeah.
Oh, all right. What's this team? What's
That
Jonathan
team's
Taylor's
6-4. I don't.
No, they're
I
6
don't.
and 4. They're not moving him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jonathan Taylor's carrying them, isn't he?
Yeah. No, the team's not great.
Yeah.
Here, go back over.
Taylor's carrying him.
Yeah, that team's winning. The other team, next team's 2-8. All right.
I mean, I'd love to get Hampton, but I doubt he moves him.
Hold on. Hold on. Let's see this guy's tight ends. Okay. Yeah, I'm offering him
Warren plus what?
Tyler Warren, my first and second, for Marion Hampton.
I would too.
You're giving
I
two
would too.
first.
I would do that. It seems like an overpay, but I would do it.
Yeah, and I
You know what they say about overpay today.
Yeah, we have the privilege to do that, right? Like we have the privilege to overpay.
I think you could probably offer you could try to just blow them away. I mean, that could definitely happen.
Let's see his team draft picks.
I think Warren in a first would get it done, but I would be more than willing to take the second.
Yeah, so he's listen. We offer him our 26 second, our 26 first, and we offer him Tyler Warren from Marion Hampton, and we see what he says. That's the number one move I want to make here. I would give 2 seconds on top if I had to, on top of Tyler Warren. You could definitely use them. All you guys, TJ Hawkinson, that is it pretty much. K-Don ain't doing much for you there. And then he loses out on Amarian, but he's gonna have a pretty high draft pick anyway. So he might be at 2-8. He might have the 1-1, right? Like or the 1-2.
Yep, absolutely.
What rank is
He is tied for 3-way tie for last.
Yeah, so he puts him in a good spot to try and just go ahead and replace him with Jeremiah Love, and then you get Tyler Warren and a first on top of that. Like so,
any other teams not competing that we could steal a running back from?
I would be interested in that trade if I was that team. I wouldn't hate that offer.
6.
I wouldn't either. 4 and 6. You might be able to here. Who do they have?
Kittle.
Oh, I thought this was the team with Derrick Henry. Is that not the team?
No.
This 6 and 4. Yeah, they're not making a move.
Yeah. I think Hampton's a good trade. I think that's possible to get done. Like I
think it is too. It depends on how they value tight end. Is what it's going to come down to. But if they value tight end, that deal will get done. If they don't, it won't.
Yeah, you're getting cornerstone tight end. Like you can't be like that's such a good thing to have on your roster, an extra first. And for a team like if he's smart, like a team like him on the bottom, like running back should be what you are trading for long-term assets. So it gives them 2 firsts. They give them like 5 seconds. Put him in a really good spot and to go ahead and keep building for him. I think that fits this guy's team pretty well.
None of those top teams have been unlucky, right?
No,
All those guys are in good shape. 8
Second,
and 2, 6 and
third.
4,
this is
5
7.
and 5.
but
I mean, CMC's out there. I'd at least throw it out there and see where he's at because he's currently not a playoff team.
yeah, he has Ertz, Njoku, Fannin, so he needs a tight end.
Tyler Warren. Would you just do Tyler Warren for CMC straight up? Would that be enough?
I think on a non-contending team, I think it's enough. Personally, if you're out of it, like, because you're only getting like a first plus for CMC probably.
So maybe add a
think-
second if it like comes down to it. You would do it. Warren in a second for McCaffrey.
Yeah, I would do that because we need a running back, man. We really do.
We need a running back.
This
running back.
and this guy is definitely shooting for next year. He has Neighbors
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Greg
think that
Dortch
one
in
could
his
get
starting
done, too.
lineup.
All right. So that's 3 possibilities.
Hampton
We have
first by a large mile. Like I'm trying to like overpay for Hampton. I would overpay
I'm with you.
for Hampton. Like with the first, Tyler Warren, and second, if I'd throw another second, that's if he's willing to move, that's what I'm going to do. I could settle for Christian McCaffrey. I can do the what was the other trade we had on there? Josh Jacobs trade too. Yeah, those are where we want to go because everything else, your team looks great. Like you're ready to rock and roll. So you're
Look, if multiple teams are willing to discuss, I don't hate getting 2 of those running backs. Like I'll make a deal to get 2 because your team everywhere else is 100% win now.
So
With being so crazy deep at tight end and having all your picks and stuff, you have the ability to make potentially multiple offers.
question: Genty apparently is on the trade block.
he is okay.
Interesting.
Okay. Offer him.
He has Pitts and Loveland.
Same
That's
deal as
it.
Hampton.
Let me see this guy's quarterback room.
Mahomes.
Yeah, I'd offer him Jaden Daniels. He definitely could use the quarterback too. I'd offer him Jaden Daniels, Tyler Warren, and my first for Ashton Genty.
Yep. Absolutely.
Awesome.
The other team doesn't. I do that for Aaron Hampton to be fair too, but like I don't think he
He wouldn't be as interesting.
wants Jaden Daniels, but if he is, I would. But I'd offer that guy. That's a first, Tyler Warren and Jaden Daniels.
Sounds like, yeah, four opportunities out there for running backs. So
that guy could definitely use Jaden Daniels.
We have a trade etiquette question.
Okay.
Which I should be listening to that. Manny Fave asks, is putting this on League Chat a bad idea? Willing to trade Kincaid or Worthy for a first, also Mason or Dak for a second?
No, that's totally fine putting that out on the chat. Like the only time it's sketchy putting stuff out in like a group chat or league chat or whatever is if like, hey, this guy offered me this. Can I get more from somebody else? Like,
Yeah,
but if you're just saying, if you're just saying like, hey, I'm willing to trade these players and here's my asking price. No, I've even gone to the point where in Sleeper you can nickname guys.
Yep.
I'll even nickname the guys the prices I'm willing to take like today for players.
Yep, people do that in my leagues all the time. They change the players' nicknames all the time. Any second, any first. But to be realistic here, Manny Fave, you were not getting a first for Worthy, Xavier Worthy. Like
Or Kincaid.
yeah, good luck with that. Like you're not I would be honestly, I'd be happy with a second for Worthy at this point. It just
And you probably won't get a
Not a
second from Mason either. Dak's the only one if it's a quarterback needy team. I'm assuming this is one QB.
yeah, that's why I'd assume it's one QB2 or he wouldn't be doing it.
So Dak's the only one that I feel like that's a realistic price tag. If you get the first, I mean, power to you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, why am I stupid? Who's Mason?
Jordan.
Jordan Mason.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I was thinking another quarterback for some reason. I'm like, what quarterback is named Mason? Is talking about Mason Rudolph? Yeah, Jordan Mason, you're not getting a second for him either, but good luck if you can. I think Manny, you have really high hopes for deals, and I would be very surprised for any of those. If you have any offers for any of those, that is fantastic.
Snatch it.
Like I would take all that. I think Dak's your best chance. Kincaid, you could probably get 2 seconds for in a tight end league. He is hurt right now, so it'd be harder. You'd be lucky to get a second for Worthy. Honestly, like I I don't even like. I would hate to have Worthy on my team, to be honest with you. Like it's because I'm not starting him. Like, if I do start him, I feel like I'm not winning. He's a roller coaster player who has not had any highs to go up on. It's not been a fun ride lately, right? There's no like we Rashee Rice back there. Kelsey's the 2. Rice is the 1. Worthy's just kind of like an afterthought out there.
It looks right now the like Gabe Davis Bills version is like his ceiling, right? Because you want boom games, but even with Gabe Davis, you don't want him in your starting roster.
Yeah, I mean, he has to be manufactured really touches to be like how they're using them, like, you know, like end of rounds, flats. Like he's just not very valuable, man. Like it's those are just unrealistic ask in my eyes for that trade. So go ahead and put in the group chat. I would ask for 2 seconds for Kincaid. I would ask for 2 seconds for and at that point, I'd rather just keep Kincaid personally. But 2 seconds for Worthy.
I would gladly sell for that. Kincaid.
Yeah, it's not end of the world for me either. 2 seconds for Worthy. I'd be happy. I would take a second. And Jordan Mason, I would take a third. I would take a third for Jordan Mason. And Dak, I think, is definitely worth a second.
I think the second's fair. Yep.
But yeah, if you ask for something and someone sends you a trade, you accept it.
Go ahead and post that in your league chat. You won't get any. You won't get any offers.
All right.
Okay, this is Martin's team. It is a 12-team start 9 Superflex.
All right, 12-team start 9 Superflex league here. We've got at the quarterback position Josh Allen, Justin Fields. So really right now just one starting quarterback. Running back wise, David Montgomery, Dylan Sampson, Kareem Hunt, Ramondre Stevenson, Brian Robinson. Wide receivers, Jordan Addison, Terry McLaurin, Jaden Reed, Brandon Ayuk, Tyreek, Pat Bryant, Malik Washington. Tight ends, Tyler Warren, Jake Ferguson, Travis Kelce, Noah Gray. Picks wise, oh man, I was hoping this would look different. I was hoping with seeing this team, I was about to see like 5-6 extra firsts, but we do not. So
we're going to have our own second.
So the first question, Martin, one of them is to whether or not to rebuild. The answer is yes.
Yes.
I think you already have
rebuilding.
Yeah, we're getting rid of Josh Allen, buddy.
Yeah. Yep. I'm assuming we're last in contender mode, Pete. Probably not even worth looking.
Where are we at in the league?
No. 9th.
We're 9th in contender mode.
It's Josh Allen
propping us up.
Josh Allen is
Fields, who
more than a third of our points.
But we are in both place right now.
We're in last place in the league, which is perfect. Which is where we're going to be. We know we're going to have our second max. Yeah, let's find that we have no assets.
Dude, everybody not named Tyler Warren.
Yeah,
everybody.
We're not even going to move anybody else. Who's going to want anybody else on our roster?
Jake Ferguson, I think, could get moved.
Okay, yeah. Sorry,
Travis Kelce.
Jake Ferguson could be a part of it. We have Travis Kelce.
We have Travis Kelce. He's playing well right now.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So we have Josh Allen, Jake Ferguson, Travis Kelce.
Addison, would you move him or no?
I wouldn't personally because I don't think he's valued high enough by people overall.
So if he gets a bump, you might. But
God, I have him lower than you guys. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm going to lower him. Honestly, he was looking good, but they can't get him the ball. Well, and he had a couple drops this week, which were brutal too.
Yeah, and JJ's got to get into this offense. I just don't think we're getting the value for Jordan Addison that I'd want, and he's young enough for me to
agree.
He's a piece on here. We need some pieces because we don't have a ton of draft capital as it is. So we'd have Jordan Addison, Jaden Reed coming back. Terry McLaurin, I'm moving whenever he comes back healthy, but that might not be until next year you can move him. He needs to come out and do something first before you can move him. So I think right now we are going to move the 2 tight ends. We're going to move Josh Allen, and we're going to move somebody might be, we'll throw Kareem Hunt and David Montgomery are nice toppers to get a little extra when we want some little extra on these teams with Travis Kelce.
I'll take thirds even.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, they got to go. Listen, Kareem Hunt, David Montgomery have to go for anything. They're off my roster. I don't want to have to start those guys. Kareem Hunt took every snap, I think, for the Chiefs the other day. That's too much touch for me. Yeah, please keep your hands off me.
How is this team 14-6?
Let's see. Justin Herbert, Jordan Love,
ETN.
You only need to start one running back, which is nice.
McBride's played really well. CD,
Yeah,
yeah, it's surprising, but they must have just played the right teams on the right weeks.
Yeah. But this team could use a Montgomery.
I would offer this team. I would love to offer this team if he's interested, if I can get it done. Josh Allen for either one of those quarterbacks he doesn't want. Justin Herbert had a dud there, but I would love to get Justin Herbert. Like, can I get Justin Herbert in a first or Josh Allen?
I would do that.
A little bit younger, his 27 first, because this team's a little bit older too. So his 27 first has a higher chance to be a little higher. It seems not good. I'd offer that. Yeah. Just as I'm throwing out there, I'm offered him Josh Allen for Justin Herbert is first. That we can make another
or Jordan Love in 2 first.
And this is a perfect team, Garrett, to throw
Montgomery,
David Montgomery on top of, like, for the actual he needs
totally
running back help. So honestly, like, to try and facilitate that, I would offer him Josh Allen, David Montgomery, and Kareem Hunt for Justin Herbert in his 27 first. Is what I would do.
Yeah. And since we're in such desperate straits, I would not be shy about asking for extra fourths, fifths. Like, throw all those extra picks on where you can, because we need as much value as we can get on this team, because we can't afford to lose value.
Yeah, so a 27 third would be 27 first and third would be a nice throw in for those running backs. Throwing both running backs in there, that would be great. He doesn't need a tight end, but that's where I'd start there. Can we go let's see some of these other contenders?
What if he said, "I'm not interested in moving Justin Herbert, but I'll move Jordan Love"? Would you do Love in 2 firsts?
I would take Love in 2 first for Josh Allen. Yes,
I think I would pursue that just as heavily, because even though Love's been a little bit disappointing this season, I still think he's going to be a okay quarterback long term. But getting 2 first is big, because we need that. That's the hardest part. Is no team's going to have exactly what we need for Josh Allen, because I need to figure out a way to get like 4 firsts somehow. That's what I need to figure out.
Does this guy have our second? What's our team name?
Free. Yes.
Okay.
Would you be interested in doing like some kind of Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels type?
Yes. That's what I'm saying. I would be happy to flip Jaden Daniels, my second back, which would be, hopefully 2-1. And could I get a 27? Can I get 2 seconds on top of Jaden Daniels? Mine and his 27 second?
This is why I'm having a harder time with Jaden Daniels, because we need so many assets.
Yeah.
But I feel like we would just turn around and then sell Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, you're right. We need way too many assets. That's just getting our second back. So we're getting 2-1 essentially back, which would be nice.
Sure.
For like just a lateral move. And then I would honestly ask for 2 seconds, because Jaden Daniels hurt and this guy's trying to contend in.
Wait, is this? Oh, this is the other.
This was the
yeah.
right.
I thought this was because the roster rescues guy is Martin. We'll be back to your comment, Manny.
Yeah, savvy owners should definitely like. I mean, throwing those offers out just immediately could turn people off. But anyways, okay. So back to this team, Garrett. Like, I understand we need a lot, but like we're still getting like elite asset and our 2-1 back. So like we only have our first, right? So that is like that 2-1 would be a significant pick.
It's nice as long as you're willing to then go flip Jaden Daniels. Like if we're accruing picks every time.
Yeah. So like I'm with you. I would like to find a path to get somebody like we need picks on top of everything and a quarterback that we can kind of bury.
Caleb Williams. Is that enough of it down?
No, 100% fits the mold for us.
Love it.
Yeah. If we get what is this guy's record?
9-11.
9-11. He's in 7th.
So he's trying to make it.
He doesn't have his 26 first, which is fine.
He needs a tight end too. We have Travis Kelce and Jake Ferguson to give him.
Yeah.
Would you do? Oh man,
I would do.
Where are you at on Christian Watson as like a throw-in?
I like Christian Watson. His target share has gone up every single week. He saw a 20% target share now. He just got an extension. All those other guys are leaving after this year, so it'd mostly be Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden, and Watson. So I like Christian Watson.
You do?
This guy's starting him. I don't think.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so Caleb Williams and
I'd ask for
first for
he doesn't have.
Yeah, he has first. So, right, this team has Caleb Williams, right?
So we 27, 28 first.
So, which we're going to be still rebuilding then.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, Caleb Williams, the 2 first for Jake Ferguson and Josh Allen.
I'd offer him Travis Kelce. He's trying to win now. I'd offer him better.
Okay.
I'd offer
Either
him,
one.
honestly, I would offer him, I'd give him Jake Ferguson and Travis Kelce, and I would ask for Terrence Ferguson back. That's what I would do.
Okay. So, it would be
Ooh.
Caleb Williams, the 2 first, and Terrence Ferguson.
And Terrence Ferguson, and we would give him, let's see his running back room real quick.
Jacobs, Harvey, Kamara.
Yeah, and I'm giving him Josh Allen, Travis Kelce, Jake Ferguson, and David Montgomery.
I like
And
that.
honestly, I'd throw
I
in
think that's my favorite deal of all the ones we've done.
Yeah, that's a great one.
I like that one. And then, again, he's trying to win now. So he's getting Josh Allen over Caleb. We get younger at quarterback and sub side. We get the 2 first and 27 and 28. 28 should be a good class, like Garrett said. And most importantly, we're offloading these picks to get it done. Like, instead of selling for seconds, we're trying to get extra firsts. So I like Terrence Ferguson's upside in that offense. By time, I think he'll be a good value in 26, even worst case 27. I think he'll be a value. So I love getting another upside tight end and getting 2 old guys off our roster, and Ferguson and Travis Kelce. And the name Travis Kelce and Josh Allen and David Montgomery are gonna really dilate somebody's pupils. They're gonna get a little excited about that. Definitely for a win down team. And this guy, he probably feels like I just need a little bit more to get there. RJ Harvey just became a starter, but his game was a dud. So giving him David Montgomery and Kareem Hunt, give him those 2 tight ends. Like, we're giving him a lot of depth. And he'll have Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes. I like that deal a lot. And I think he would do it because he's already willing to move his first and set already. We see that. So, and I think by the time 2028 comes around, Garrett, that should be a really good pick.
Yeah, absolutely.
He has no
'cause
first-
I think this team's just okay.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs will be 31 at that point. You won't have a lot of depth. Alvin Kamara will be out of the league. David Montgomery should be done by then. Kareem Hunt will be done by then. So just have RJ Harvey and maybe Josh Jacobs. And then his receiving core is not that great, right? It's not the point. He's an injury. He's at quarterback. He'd be a quarterback injury away from you having a high pick in 27 or 28 as well. So yeah, that's my favorite offer for there. Okay. Is there any of these competing teams we can look at? Because Josh Allen's such a good piece. They're all older quarterbacks.
Yeah.
We already looked at that team. We don't have a good tier down on this team.
I mean,
right?
well, Burrow's there.
Yeah, but
Probably not enough of a tear down.
if I can get Burrow in a first for Allen, I would do that.
Yeah.
Are you guys worried at
Burrow.
all that Joe Burrow next year he gets another injury and his value just plummets?
I am.
He's one injury away. I feel like.
Talk about it. It's every other year he gets hurt. So yeah, 100%. It's terrible because he's such a good quarterback. So that's why
I would be willing to do that, Rich. Joe Burrow in a first, but then I'm immediately trying to flip Joe Burrow.
they were flipping Joe Burrow. Like I said, they were flipping Joe Burrow. Lamar to
Jaden Daniels team.
Yeah, so those are probably our best. Now, the nice part about Josh Allen is it doesn't necessarily have to be to a competing team.
Yeah.
That makes the most sense. But there could be teams on the come up that would be interested on Josh Allen as well.
Yeah, I agree.
This team has. Oh, I thought he had multiple firsts. He just has another first.
Different teams first.
What would you need to tear down from Josh Allen to Bo Nix? Are you interested at that at all?
At least 2
that
firsts.
the Caleb Williams deal that we were talking about. He just lost Laporta too. So what's this team's guy's record?
18-2.
Oh wow. Yeah, he needs a tight end. I would offer that. And if we came another deal, he needs a tight end 100%. I mean, he's got Dalton Schultz, who's okay. You can offer him Travis Kelce.
Basically the exact same deal that we just kind of offered for Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I would offer. Yeah, I'll take the same deal.
I'd prefer the Caleb Williams one. I would try that one first because I like
Yes.
Caleb more than Nix.
Significantly more. Yeah, that's significant. I like he's younger. Because the thing, I mean, Nix is also 25, so it's not like we're getting that much. We're getting younger, but not crazy younger. But I want the same deal as Caleb Williams. Is there any team that's trying to get in, that's really close, 6 and 14,
4 and 6,
8 and 12? What's this team? 8 and 12.
Darnold,
Big.
Flacco. They need a quarterback, but they can't give us one back. So unless they have a billion picks to give us, they don't.
How about
they are just a bad
not?
manager.
Wow, it's just a bad team.
Yep.
Shit. that's bad.
Egbuka.
No. I'd love to have this guy's first, but yeah, that team sucks.
I'm interested. Okay. Because he had, okay, that's another team. Who has his first? Because it was, okay. No.
Are you trying to figure out who has our first?
Yeah. No, that guy's first.
The guy's first.
Oh, that guy's first.
It'd be nice
If you
if
did
we
it
could
in Dynasty
search
mode, it'd
for-
probably be a lot easier.
Oh, yeah. That's some good thinking right there.
There it is.
Keep pounding. He's rebuilding. Okay.
Yeah, he's got all
Okay.
the picks.
Yeah,
Well,
he
so
has
unless
his
this guy-
27 and 26.
Does this guy want Josh Allen?
I mean, it's worth asking, man. Like,
Yeah.
give me
Worth a
JJ
shot.
McCarthy and,
Sometimes when you have so many picks, you're like, I got to do something with them eventually.
With this guy's draft picks, what are you wanting back for Josh Allen?
I total want the equivalent of 4 firsts. That's what I want. So, however we work it out with players and picks, I want the equivalent of 4 firsts.
yeah, I would take JJ McCarthy. I would take, and then I would take that team, that doo-doo team that we talked about, his 26 and 27 first. I'd want a little bit more.
I'd probably want a little bit more, but knowing how bad that team is, knowing
That
that I'm
team's
going to
a
get like the
lock
1-1 this year, and then
Well, they're not gonna get
or
one.
I guess it wouldn't be because
We
he
have, we're gonna have 1-1, but 27 should be a pretty high pick.
should be top 2, top 3. And that's probably a quarterback for us this year, though. If this team has the 3rd pick instead, okay, then we're taking Jeremiah Love. Maybe not. Maybe we're probably trading down, honestly.
Well,
But
we have
then-
our pick.
Right, with our pick, and then the other pick, then we use it on another quarterback or something.
Yeah, because we want to use. We'd be using our first on Mendoza or Simpson.
Right.
Is who we're using. Ideally, it'd be nice to be able to trade back, but you're going to need a quarterback to reset. Like you need a quarterback.
Right.
Like, that's where you got to start the foundation for sure.
So yeah, if he just wants to give me 4 firsts, cool. If he wants to give me McCarthy, honestly, as long as it's those 2 firsts, I'm willing to do it. If it's not those 2 firsts, then I need something else on top.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, I think we gave a few different scenarios there. So best of luck.
Perfect.
Pete, we got any more in the chamber?
Nope.
That's it.
All right.
All right. Wraps up. We appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, spending time going over these rosters. If you want your roster submitted, just scan the QR code up there. That'll get your roster submitted, and we'll get to you guys next week. So we appreciate you. We'll see you next time.